Yes, carry on.
Yes, sir. So we were talking about the fanboys. Fanboys are actually coordinating conjunctions. There is no other coordinating conjunction as such. They are limited. Next, please. Here we have example for coordinating conjunctions. I like coffee, but my brother prefers tea. Here, I would like to notify that when a coordinating conjunction is joining two independent sentences, we will place a comma before conjunction. Here you can notice comma before conjunction but. So this but is coordinating conjunction, and we are placing comma before conjunction because this coordinating conjunction is joining two independent and complete sentences. On the other hand, Azmat and Sameer are good dancers. Here we did not put comma because when coordinating conjunctions join two words or phrases, we do not use comma. So these are two words, and which is coordinating conjunction is joining them. So we are not putting comma here. Next, please. Importance of coordinating conjunction. So here is the importance. Each and everything has its own significance, but coordinating conjunction, it is especially important in academic writing because by using these you will be creating more complex sentences as the ideas become more complex, and they bring, this is the very important thing, that they bring equality into ideas. Have you noticed that when you are watching television, the newscaster uses but, if, so, yet in their speeches so that they can emphasize the sentence or the meaning or the significance of the sentence, or the politician who is using but, if, so, yet. So this is the basically importance of coordinating conjunction, because without using them you are not emphasizing on any of the thing. If you are using them between your sentences or in between your speech, so it will enhance the importance of your next coming sentence, or it will enhance the message you are conveying. So these coordinating conjunctions are very much important. Next, please. Okay, here I have reasons. Here I have reasons for fanboys. For is used for explain a reason. When you are delivering a speech and you are using for, you are explaining a reason. Okay. And join two ideas, you know about that very well. Nor presents a second negative idea, or in contrast, but introduces an opposing idea, totally entirely different idea, or shows an alternative, yet adds a contrasting idea, so indicates a result or effect. So these are fanboys. These are also called coordinating conjunctions. This is all from my side. If you have any query, you may ask, please.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Yes, Ehsan has sent me his presentation, but that is not acceptable. It is in PDF form. So you have to send your presentation in PPT, PowerPoint presentation. Is she present, Kinza Humayu? Kinza Humayu present? No. Suryakant present. Suryakant.
Sir, me Faisal Mumtaz.
Suryakant absent. Okay, Faisal Mumtaz.
Hello, sir. Sir,
Yes.
have you received my presentation?
Name.
Sir, Saddam Hussain.
Saddam Hussein. Yes, first, I have the presentation right now with me.
Sir, I want.
Just wait.
सर मेरी प्रेजेंटेशन आपको रिसीव हो गई है फैसल
नाम?
मुमताज
हाँ, ये आपकी खोल रहा हूँ मैं. Start your presentation.
Assalamu alaikum to all of you. I am Faisal Mumtaz from MA English. Today my topic is paradox. Sir, next slide. Okay. My dear fellows, what is paradox? Paradox is a statement that despite apparently being logical and reasonable contradicts itself without necessarily being untrue. A paradox is a self-contradictory statement or a statement that runs contrary to one's expectation. It is a statement that despite apparently valid reasoning from true premises leads to a seemingly self-contradictory or a logically unacceptable conclusion. Sir, next slide. Okay. Word paradox is derived from, we can see that this word paradox is derived from the Latin language, means it is derived from a Latin language. The actual word is paradoxens. And here, paradox is a statement containing seemingly contradictory, different, or incompatible, they don't go together elements. Here we can see many paradoxes exist that are known to be invalid arguments, yet nevertheless valuable in promoting critical thinkings, while other paradoxes have revealed errors and in definitions that were assumed to be religious and have caused axioms of mathematics and logics to be re-examined. Here are some examples. Cowards die many times before their death. We can see that a coward can die many times. It is a
Coward.
simple example.
Coward.
Okay. And the second one, this is a paradox because you can only die one time. Normal man dies only one time. Not everyone dies many times, but coward die many times. Okay, sir. Next slide.
So much time. They may be dead because they are living their lives to the fullest.
Okay. Examples and possible solutions. The barber shaves everyone in town that does not shave himself. If who shaves barber? The question is that a barber shaves every person, but who will shave barber? And the second one, depending on how the paradox is phrased, there could be more than.
So much time. They may as well be dead because
I think,
they are
sir, somebody is talking here.
Yes, you carry on. I have
Okay.
muted.
The liar's paradox. This sentence is false. We can see this sentence is false at the same time or neither at all. Liar's paradox. And sir, next slide. You can save money by sending it. This is a paradox because saving and spending are different. I think
Yes, carry on. Why are you quiet, gentlemen?
okay.
Carry
So,
on, my dear.
sir-
Time is short.
Sir, this is a paradox because saving and spending are different. You can save money if you will not make many investments. If you will make investments, there will be a paradox. Next slide, sir. Here are some examples. They have yes, but here not. This is a simple example. And turn to your partner and tell him her what you think this means. With your partner, write a similar paradox using eyes.
You're quiet once again, my dear. We don't have time. Taking so much time.
Okay, sir. I want to conclude last. So, sir, last slide, please. Paradoxes are interesting. Paradoxes are interesting. They are seemingly logically questions with no clear answer. We have no clear answers. We are ambiguous. We can say that we are ambiguous, and we have not exist answers of any question. We can say it just like a thesis, and the in the opposite of thesis there is a antithesis. So this is just like it. We have no clear answer of the one thing. So it is called
Okay, give one
paradox.
general example of paradox. Give one general example of paradox.
Sir,
One general example.
sir, just I have already gave an example that a barber shaves every person, but he could not shave by himself. It's a simple and a general example of it.
इसके अलावा कोई और नहीं है?
Sir, there are many.
तो एक और दे दे.
Okay, sir. Just like we can say a driver in the bus collects the tickets of the passengers who will sorry, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Next.
Sir,
Yes,
please.
sir.
Presentation. Kinza
Yes.
Maya.
Yes, sir.
Malik.
Sir,
After
can I
this,
start?
Faiza Malik after this. Okay, start please.
Sir, can I? Hello,
Start.
everyone. Assalamu
Yes,
alaikum. Today, I am intent to outline the topic, the subordinating conjunction. Sir, next slide. First of all, before going to the topic, first of all, I give you the background of the subordinating conjunction. Because without understanding the classes, we do not have comprehend the subordinating conjunction. Class means it is a part of sentence which contains a subject and verb. So independent class. Independent means does not depend on anyone. Independent class is also known as principal class or main class. Main class is also known as independent art class. Independent class, which can stand by itself, means it expresses a complete thought. Example, I eat any food. Independent class, it also contains a subject and verb, which can also make sense by itself because it contains a complete thought, and it also gives a meaning. It does not need any additional information to exist because it contains a complete thought, so it cannot need any other words like a subordinating conjunction for its appearance. The main properties of this clause are that it contains a subject, verb, and complete thought. Means it gives a complete thought, a complete sense, and complete meaning. Like it gives a complete thought. For example, the secret of life is honesty. 2 and 2 makes 4. I enjoy eating at night. Sir, next slide. Now, other one is a dependent class. Dependent class is also known as the subordinate class, which means it also contains the subject and the verbs, but it does not express a complete thought, because without subordinating conjunction, it does not express a complete thought. Dependent class is a group of words that contain a subject or verb, but does not complete a thought. A dependent class, it cannot exist by itself as a sentence, means it cannot appear as a simple sentence, and it also gives some additional information to the independent class. It means it is dependent on the main class to form it means it is depend on the main class for its function. Example, because it is raining, we have an umbrella. So because is a subordinate conjunction, it always comes at the beginning of the dependent class, and we have an umbrella. It means it is an independent class, and it is the raining, it is a dependent class. So next. Now I come on the main topic, which is subordinating conjunction. Sub means something which is below in position. Conjunction is also known as the connector or linking device. Subordinate conjunction is a word which joins together a dependent class, independent class. We also refer to subordinate conjunction also. Means subordinate conjunction is a word or phrase that links a main class with subordinate class, and it is also known as subordinate or subordinate conjunction, also completes duties. Subordinating conjunction are the fundamental. It means it are the fundamental, basic, essential unit of complex sentences or compound complex sentences, which contains two class. Means one is independent class and other is the subordinate or dependent class. A subordinate conjunction introduce a dependent class, indicate the nature of relationship among the independent class. Means it indicate the nature. For example, like if is used for condition, when is used for time, where is used for place, although is used for concession, after, before it is used for time. So next. Now I want to give some examples of subordinate connection from our daily life. Like I want a room fresher, so it is the independent class because the subordinating conjunctions. I cannot withstand bad smell. So if a subordinate conjunction comes at the beginning, initial of the sentence, so we can put a comma, but if it comes at the middle of the sentence, so we cannot put a comma. Other example is he reads a newspaper because it provides information. So because it's subordinate connection, it is used for a reason. I am saving money so that I can buy a new car. So that is used for comparison, and so that is used for a purpose. Other is you need to keep silent while you are in hospital. Why is the subordinate conjunction that is used for a time? We are happy when we receive the first prize. It is used for a time. So they are the examples of subordinate conjunction. Now if I said that what is the importance of subordinate conjunction? So importance, it creates the fluency and coherency if you use the subordinate conjunctions. So so it is a first expression is a time related conjunction. Subordination conjunction of time link a main clause with subordinate, means it connects a independent clause with a dependent clause during a relation of time, like before, since, when, after, while, whenever, until, till, as soon. They are working while the teacher was busy. So they were working, it is independent clause while it is used for a time, particular time, teacher was busy. Whenever I heard that sound, so it is the beginning of the sentence, it is used, so we put the comma, I start dancing. When the doorbell rang, dog started barking. It is used for a time. So as soon as used for when some actions happens, but initial part of the action is completed, so we use the as soon as. It is a means a compound type of subordinating conjunction, like he had called me before he left for London. So before is used for a earlier than that time, so it is a time related conjunction. Other is a showing place, means there are two conjunctions which are used for a place. One is where, other is wherever. They are used to connect a main class with the independent class. Like example, I will stay at the place where no one can come. So I will stay at the place is a independent class, where is a expression yeah, or subordinate conjunction of place. Other example, I will go to the park where my friends are sitting. So where is the use for a place where she has to pay deposit. So it is a dependent class, and it is the beginning of the sentence. So we use the subordinate conjunction, and she will get the receipt. It is the independent class. Whenever he goes, wherever he goes, he takes the car with him. So wherever is used for a place, for situation in which we should use the subordinate conjunction wherever for a place. Sir, other slide. Now we come on the point that which subordinate conjunction we are using for a reason or cause or effect. Subordinate conjunction of a reason is applied to show the cause of other part of sentence, and it is used to join the one reason, means it is used to connect the one cause with means belief, because, since, so that, in order to. So they are five subordinate conjunction we are using for a cause or effect. So he become poor because he was lazy and not hardworking. So here, because we use for cause or effect, so we use the subordinate conjunction. I love a dog because they are loyal and cute piece. So we have used because for a cause and effect. I decided to study hard since the exam are coming in here. Since is used as subordinate conjunction for reason. Since also used for a time. They are learning every day so that they improve their knowledge. So that is used for purpose and also used for a cause or effect. She completed her work early in order that she can enjoy the weekend. So when you use the base form of verb, so we use the in order that conjunction, subordinate conjunction. When we use the infinitive form of verb, so we use the in order to subordinate conjunction. Like she opened the door in order to get a fresh air. So she opened the door. It is independent clause in order to the subordinate conjunction to get a fresh air is a dependent clause. Sir, next. Sir, next. Other form of a subordinate conjunction which is used for a condition. Subordinate conjunction of condition are found in a sentence where one clause describes something. Means one clause gives a expression of something that happens or will happen if the condition of other clause is satisfied. So it is we use for a condition. Like if we use are in the conditional sentences, unless is also used, provided that even if n case for five subordinating conjunctions are used for a condition, like switch off the TV unless you are watching TV. So it is used for a so unless is used for a condition. Like first sentence is independent clause and other is dependent clause. He is invited to the party provided that he behaves properly. So provided is a subordinate conjunction used for a condition. Even if I polish the shoes, they will not look new. So even if in the beginning of sentence is a subordinate conjunction of a condition. And that if you finish your homework, you will play a cricket. So if is the used for a condition, like our parents said that if you get good marks, I will bought you I will bought a mobile phone for you. Like I will play a new house in case I get the bonds. So in case is used for a condition of a subordinate conjunction. Sir, next. Sir, next. Other is used for a concession. Concession means hindrance or obstruction or interference. Subordinate conjunction of concession is used to express an action that took place in spite of obstacle or hurdle. In other words, we use if you start any work in spite of interest in interferences, you have finished that work or you have completed the action. Examples of in a concession like although, though, even though, in spite, despite. Like although I was sick, I stood for first in class. Means although I was ill, but I have get the first position in the class. Though is also used as a subordinate conjunction of a concession. Though he is educated, he always talks senseless. Even though is also a subordinate conjunction, and I exercise daily. It is a subordinate clause, and I don't feel it is a independent clause. In spite of law, sir, our last is showing companion. Subordinate conjunction of companion is used for a companion. Means for into between things comparing, like include then, rather than, whereas, whether as much as. Like we compare the petrol is more expensive than diesel is. So then is used as a subordinate conjunction for a companion. I would eat fruits rather than chocolates in the party. So we use the rather than as a subordinate conjunction for a companion. Like all her friends are doctor, whereas she is a teacher. So we use the whereas as a subordinate conjunction for companion, but we use the indirectly. Whether you call or send a message, it is used for as decision. So whether is a subordinate conjunction of companion. He likes chocolates as much as he likes the ice cream. So as much as he used for as a companion of subordinate conjunction. He wanted to stay at home rather than go out. So rather than is a use of a companion. So I would try to conclude the functions. There are two functions subordinate conjunction performed. First, it gives the demonstrate the significance of the main clause, independent clause. Secondly, it produces or provide the translation between the two ideas in a sentence. So conclusion is that subordinate conjunction are used as a instrument.
Thank you.
Are
Thank
any
you very
question?
much. Thank you. Thank you. Good. Thank you. Okay.
Sir,
Mr. Hassan, you send me PDF. PDF is not acceptable.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir,
PDF नहीं
it was
चलती
an
भाई.
issue.
You have to show PPT. PPT send करेंगे. PowerPoint presentation is acceptable.
Sir, it is a PowerPoint presentation, but it is converted into PDF because of the genuinity of my Microsoft Office. So, sir, please cooperate, sir.
भाई, is it PPT or PDF? ये पहले बताएं.
Sir, it is PPT, but it is converted into PDF for now. So please, it will be open in any kind of browser. So please try.
किस नाम से सेव है?
Presupposition.
PDF फाइल है भाई, वो PPT आपकी नहीं है.
सर ओपन करेंगे ना तो वो PPT है, लेकिन कन्वर्ट हुई पड़ी है क्योंकि वो ऑफिस मेरी जेन्युइन नहीं थी, इसलिए कन्वर्ट नहीं हो रही थी.
तो कन्वर्ट
PPT
किसने कहा था
मतलब वो
आपसे
दिखाई
करने
नहीं
के लिए?
देता था.
आपको PPT बनानी थी जो हर जगह बन जाती है.
सर PPT सर सेव नहीं हो रही थी, मतलब ऑफिस अगर आपकी डीएक्टिवेट हो जाए ना तो वो सेव नहीं करता PPT को.
Now it will create problem for me.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, can I start, sir?
Start.
Thank you. So, in the name of Almighty Allah, who is most merciful and beneficent, my name is Ehsan Ali, and today I am going to present the presupposition. Sir, next, sir, please.
Class.
Scroll down, sir.
Your class BSMA.
Yes, sir. BS. Sir, please scroll down it. So these are the outlines. Today I will explore them, and it will be the introduction, definition, types of presupposition, and these misconception about entailment, and also presupposition and its theories. Sir, scroll down, please. Presupposition. First presupposition, information that the speaker assumed to be already known. This definition is I got from the Cambridge Encyclopedia. So there are some examples. The Cold War has ended. The speaker presupposes that existence of the entities it refers to. Means if I, for example, I say something to the audience, and I use some types of any element or any entity, and I suppose and I assume that it should be known to the audience. Next, sir. Sir, please scroll down, sir. Definition. A presupposition is a condition which must be fulfilled in order for an expression to make sense. A presupposition is introduced by a lexical element or construction called presupposition trigger. So here the presupposition trigger refers some element or some kind of verbs or words which manipulate some audience towards this presupposition. So scroll down, please. These are some types of presupposition which are existential, affective, lexical, and others are on the other side, but I will explain them for now. In existential, these types of presupposition refers that entities named by a speaker and assumed to be present. Okay, and these examples are example: John's car John's car is new. And here we can assume that John has on his own car. Okay. And second is factive. This type of presupposition we can say that identify by the presence of some verbs such as know, realize, be glad, or be sorry, etc. Example: Mark regretted eating a sandwich. Here we can assume that Mark, after eating the sandwich, has regretted something. Okay. And third is lexical. In the lexical, there are words like stop, again, still are taken to presuppose another concept. Here I have given also example: change our state or verbs of judgment. These types of verbs are used to be in this lexical presupposition. So next, please. So, and on these are these are also the presupposition types, which are structural, non-factual, and counterfactual. And so, starting from the structural, it is assumption associated with the use of certain structures. Example: when did she travel to Pakistan? Now, in this, from this sentence, assume that she has traveled. Okay. And in non-factor, an assumption that referred to something that is not true. Verbs like dream, imagine, or pretend. Example: I dreamed that I was rich. In this sense, in this sentence, we can assume that I am not rich. That's why I'm saying that I will be. I am I dreaming something like that. Okay. So next is the counterfactual assumption that what is presupposed not only untrue, but it is opposite is what is true. How? For example, if I say I were rich, if I were rich, I would buy a Ferrari. Here you can assume that I'm not rich. That's why I'm this kind of saying these types of sentences I'm saying. Okay. So these types of sentences can be called as a counterfactual. Next, sir. So there is an other element which is called entailment. People have some misconception about entailment and presupposition, but there is a difference between presupposition and entailment in truth condition way. How? Presupposition, if some like A or B is false, then Q or B will be true. Okay. Like my wife went to Karachi, presuppose that I have a wife, and my wife didn't go to Karachi, still presuppose that I have a wife. Okay. In entailment, if P is false, then the entailment false. Okay. I saw Ali this morning. Example: I saw someone this morning. Okay. And in the second sentence, I didn't see Ali this morning. That's mean that I saw someone this morning. Okay. Next, sir, please. Theories about presupposition. There are two types of common theories about the presupposition. First is semantic, which is mostly used in written type, and the pragmatic, which is used for the speakers and for the audience or the listeners. Semantic can be said that presupposition as a properly of sentences. Under this view, presupposition is a part of linguistic meaning, therefore it is a semantic phenomena. Pragmatic is presupposition as a speaker. Believe under this view, a presupposition is something believed to be true by the speaker as part of communicative act. Therefore, it's a pragmatic phenomenon. As I told you before, that semantic is mostly used for the writers or the readers, and the pragmatic presuppositions are mostly used for the speakers and the audience or the listeners. Next, sir. So, sir, this is the end, and thank you so much. Any sir questions are welcome.